Welcome to Module 2. You built your recognition foundation, you know the four architects, you can identify their signatures, and you understand your primary pattern. Now we go deeper. In this module, you're going to discover the specific wisdom each architect offers, when to lean into each one, and how to access all four for integrated decisions. Today's focus, the gifts. What does each architect bring that the others can't? Start with the inherited architect. The inherited architect offers access to collective wisdom across generations. This architect carries pattern recognition that spans beyond your individual lifetime. What has worked for families, cultures, communities over decades and centuries? The specific gifts? 1. Proven pattern recognition. The inherited architect knows what approaches have worked reliably across time. While others experiment from scratch, this architect leverages established wisdom. It asks, what has already been tested? What reliably works? 2. Foundation building capacity. This architect understands how to create structures that last. In career, relationships, finances, it builds with an eye towards sustainability and continuity, not just immediate results. 3. Relationship honoring. The inherited architect sees how individual choices affect collective well-being. It maintains connection to lineage, family, community. It asks, how does this choice impact the relationships and systems I'm a part of? 4. Stability creation. This architect provides grounding during uncertainty. When everything feels chaotic or overwhelming, the inherited architect offers the wisdom of what's endured, what's solid, what can be trusted. When to lean into your inherited architect? When you're building long-term foundations, career paths, financial strategies, relationship commitments. When you're making family or community decisions where continuity matters. When you're choosing between experimental versus proven approaches. When you need stability and grounding during uncertain times. The inherited architect's wisdom is not everything needs to be invented from scratch. Some patterns work because they've been refined across generations. Now, the reactive architect. The reactive architect offers wisdom extracted from direct experience, especially from challenges, difficulties, and moments that required you to learn and adapt. This is pattern recognition intelligence applied to protection and sustainable pacing. The specific gifts: 1. Risk assessment, excellence. The reactive architect sees potential problems that others miss. It's not pessimism. It's intelligent pattern recognition. It asks, what could go wrong here? What am I not seeing? What needs preparation? 2. Experience-based learning. This architect extracts wisdom from everything you've been through. It transforms challenges into knowledge. It doesn't just survive difficulties. It learns from them to make better future choices. 3. Sustainable pacing intelligence. The reactive architect understands your actual capacity and creates realistic timelines. It prevents burnout, overextension, and unsustainable commitments. It knows the difference between challenging growth and destructive strain. 4. Protective boundary wisdom. This architect knows what needs protecting: your energy, your values, your resources, your well-being. It creates healthy boundaries that allow sustainable contribution without depletion. When to lean into your reactive architect? When you're assessing genuine risks or potential challenges in a decision. When you're protecting important resources, relationships, or aspects of your well-being. When you're making decisions with significant downside potential that needs realistic assessment. When you're learning from past experiences to avoid repeating patterns that didn't serve you. The reactive architect's wisdom is protection and preparation aren't weakness. They are intelligence that enables sustainable growth. The external architect offers social and relational intelligence, the capacity to read complex social dynamics and navigate them skillfully. This architect understands that we exist in relationships, and that connection itself is a form of wisdom. The specific gifts: 1. Social field awareness. The external architect reads the room, senses relational dynamics, understands unspoken communication. It sees how choices will land in the social and professional environments you inhabit. 2. Strategic positioning capacity. This architect understands how to create beneficial opportunities through wise positioning. not manipulation. strategic awareness of how to contribute effectively and create mutual value. 3. Network building intelligence. The external architect knows how to build and maintain relationships that enhance everyone's capacity. It creates connection, calibration, and collective benefit through individual choices. 4. Influence and contribution wisdom. This architect understands how to create positive impact on the world and asks, how can my choices serve not just me, but also the larger systems I'm a part of? When to lean into your external architect? When you're building professional relationships and collaborative opportunities. When you're navigating complex social or organizational dynamics. When you're creating work that requires social support or collective buy-in. When you're positioning yourself to contribute meaningfully in your field or community. The external architect's wisdom is we're relational beings. Social intelligence and strategic connection are not superficial. They enable contribution and collective benefit. And finally, the authentic architect. The authentic architect offers connection to your core truth, the wisdom that comes from knowing yourself, your values, what genuinely resonates with who you are and who you are becoming. This is not selfish knowing. It's the clarity that enables authentic contribution. The specific gifts. 1. Values clarity. The authentic architect knows what actually matters to you, beyond what you think should matter or what others value. It provides the foundation for choices that create genuine satisfaction rather than hollow achievement. 2. Resonance recognition. This architect reads your body's wisdom, your intuitive knowing, the felt sense of what's aligned. It knows the difference between this looks good and this is good for me. 3. Integrity maintenance. The authentic architect keeps you connected to your core even when external pressures push towards compromise. It enables you to give and receive authentically, not from obligation or need. 4. Unique expression wisdom. This architect knows what you specifically have to offer that no one else can provide in quite the same way. It understands your natural gifts and how they want to be expressed in the world. When to lean into your authentic architect? When you're making decisions about life direction and meaningful purpose. When you're choosing between options that all seem practically viable but feel different internally. When you're creating work that requires your genuine personal investment and unique expression. When you're maintaining integrity in situations with pressure to compromise your values. The authentic architect's wisdom is alignment with your core creates sustainable energy and enables contribution that only you can make. So each architect offers something essential. Each one sees truth the others might miss. The question becomes, how do you know which architect to lean into for which situation? Let's look at the different types of decisions called for different architectural wisdom. Different decisions naturally call for different architects to lead. This doesn't mean you ignore the others. It means you recognize which form of wisdom is most essential for the particular choice you're making. Let me show you how this works with a concrete example. Imagine you're considering a creative business, maybe a consulting practice, a coaching service, a design studio. This is a complex decision that actually needs all 4 architects, but each one contributes a different essential wisdom. Your authentic architect leads the vision. This architect asks, how do I uniquely have to offer? What work genuinely excites me, and what feels deeply aligned with who I'm becoming? The authentic architect provides the why and the what, the core offering that only you can provide. Without this clarity, you might build a business that's successful but unsatisfying. Your inherited architect provides the foundation. This architect asks, what proven business models work? What's financially responsible? How do successful ventures in my field typically develop? The inherited architect offers structure, proven processes, and sustainable financial planning. It grounds your authentic vision in practical reality. Without this, you might have a beautiful idea that never becomes viable. Your reactive architect ensures sustainability. This architect asks, what could go wrong? What's my financial cushion? How do I pace this without burning out? What risks need addressing? The reactive architect creates preparation, safety nets, and realistic timelines. It makes sure your business launch doesn't create unnecessary vulnerability. Without this, you might take risks that threaten your well-being. Your external architect builds connection. This architect asks, who's my ideal client? What do I create? Beneficial visibility. What partnerships would serve everyone? How do I build community around this work? The external architect understands that a business needs clients, relationships, and strategic positioning. Connects your offering to the people who need it. Without this, you might create something valuable that no one knows about. Now you watch what happens when you integrate all four. The integrated decision might look something like this. I'm starting a coaching practice focused on creative entrepreneurs. Authentic, unique offering that excites me, using proven business development frameworks, inherited established methods, while maintaining my current job for 6 months to build a financial cushion. Reactive, sustainable transition. And focusing on relationship-based marketing through strategic partnerships, external, beneficial visibility. You've honored all four architects. The results isn't a compromise, it's integration. Your business is authentic and practical, secure and growth-oriented, personally meaningful and socially connected, uniquely yours and built on proven foundations. This is what Consciousness Architect integration creates, decisions that serve multiple forms of wisdom simultaneously. So how do you develop this integration capacity? How do you learn to access the right architectural wisdom for each situation? Here is your practice. This week, you're going to practice something simple but transformative, asking all four architects for their perspective before making decisions. You don't need to do this in every teeny choice. Focus on decisions that matter, anything that will affect your life more than a day or two. Here is the practice. Step 1, recognize your primary response. Notice which architect speaks first and loudest. This is valuable information. Don't dismiss it. Receive it as one form of wisdom. My inherited architect says, choose the stable option. My reactive architect says, this feels too risky. My external architect says, this would look impressive. My authentic architect says, this excites me deeply. Step 2, thank your primary and ask the others. Literally say, internally or out loud, thank you, primary architect, for that important wisdom. Now, what do the others suggest? Then briefly consult each of the other three. Inherited, what proven wisdom applies? Reactive, what genuine risks need addressing? External, what social relational dynamics matter? And authentic, what feels most aligned with my values? Step 3, look for integration possibilities. Ask, is there a choice that honors multiple architects? Can it be both practical and authentic, both safe and growth-oriented, both socially intelligent and personally aligned? Often there is. The integration option usually becomes visible once you've consulted all four. Step 4, choose and act. Make your decision based on integrated wisdom, not a single perspective reaction. Then take action. Start simple this week. Practice with the social invitation. Ask all four what they think. Practice with a work decision. Consult each architect briefly. Practice how you spend free time and get all four perspectives. You're building the muscle of accessing multiple forms of wisdom. This becomes faster and more natural with practice. Eventually, you'll naturally hear all four voices without deliberate consultation. But for now, practice deliberately. This is how conscious integration becomes your baseline. You now understand the specific gifts that each architect offers and when to lean into each one. You have a practice for assessing all four perspectives. In the next video, you're going to learn real-time recognition, how to identify which architect is speaking in the room, in conversation, in your internal dialogue. You'll develop the capacity to read the room inside yourself. Your practice this week, ask all four architects before decisions that matter. Start building your information capacity. All right, I will see you in the next lesson.